I did have something that happened at the age of 14 whereby I knew things weren't right. And no girl should have to go through this for her to understand her life is not one of a normal nature. And this particular night, I remember my mother waking me. I was 14 and I was just coming into puberty. I really didn't feel like getting up. I was tired. And I remember it very clearly because it was almost like I had little messengers in my body hitting me, like tapping my head, tapping my stomach, saying no, no, no. But all I had to do was what I normally did. I was following what I was always doing every Friday or every Saturday. I prepared the food and I took it on the tray and I left it with them, but they were very loud. They were saying rude things, which I almost closed my ears to. And I waited on the bottom step and we had this huge, large wooden staircase where my dog would often sit at the top and I would sit at the bottom. And I sat at the bottom of the staircase, just playing with the slipper. I kept kicking it off and then trying to pull it in, thinking, when are they going to finish? How long is this going to take? And when I did get the call, I went in and I was nervous. I almost was feeling sick to the point I had my eyes down. And when I opened the door and went in, they were just very loud. How the rest of the house were not awake, I don't know. I had this huge tray, and I talk about this tray a lot because it was so significant. I want you to imagine a young girl carrying this tray from a young age to 14, always taking this tray of food, bringing it out. And my father actually grabbed my wrist and I dropped this tray. And I didn't know what was happening because how would I know what's going to happen? My routine was pick up the dishes, take them away, wash them, put them away, go to bed. But he grabbed me and he literally threw me onto a low table like this. And he was the first person to rape me. And I didn't really understand what he was doing. I didn't really know what I should do, but I kept my eyes wide shut, as I say. My heart was pumping so fast. My head was confused. I didn't know whether I was coming or going, but what I do know is that I was literally thrown from table to floor, from person to person, and they all took their turn to rape me, but in a very barbaric way where I was bitten, punched, kicked, slapped. Things were thrown on top of me. I'm sure at one point one of them hit me with a bottle. It was almost like a punishment that I was not even worthy of human compassion or to be treated like a person. And by the end of this very, very long ordeal, I remember my hair was wet and I remember touching my hair and it was blood. And my mother the next morning opened the door and she really banged the door a few times, almost to wake me up. And when I did wake up, I remember I was literally lying in a bath of my own blood. And the first thing I thought when I looked to the side was, there's food stains on the wall, there's food on the carpet, how will I get them out? I'm going to be in so much trouble. I never ever thought about Nina or what have you just been through. I just thought, I'm in trouble, no one's going to like me, or I'm going to be in trouble with my father, he's going to shout at me. And I don't think it actually sunk in. I don't think it sunk in at that moment what had happened.